Hello and welcome all Oshkosh YMCA School Age families to Online Lessons Episode 6. Now before I start this activity and show you guys how to do and what we're going to be doing, I just want to say that if you haven't enjoyed the weather outside at this point, please go outside and do it. It's the first time, I think, kind of towards the springtime where we had a temperature where we can have light jackets, sweaters, and just feel comfortable outside, going for walks, just getting outside of the house and getting the fresh air in you. I think will really do a lot of people some good. Make sure, if you do have your pets, bring them on your walks, take them, go to the parks, making sure that you're practicing social distancing as you do it. You have your leashes for your pets. You're not letting people walk up and pet your dogs or your cats, because if they do have any of the contaminants on their hands and they pet your dog, it gets on the animal or something like that, and then they bring it home. So just making sure that other people are keeping their distance as well, and you're letting them know that it's not okay to pet your dogs if you are going on walks like that. Now, I know some people might say, well, Joe, I have these pets, but they can't go on walks. What am I supposed to do with them? I thought about that. I did come up with some answers for the ones that might not be able to go on normal walks. So, you have your normal ones like dogs. They have dog leash. Cats, they have a cat leash. Easy. Lizards, I didn't have a direct answer, but I think if you bring them outside and just kind of keep them on a blanket, they'll do pretty well. If you're worried about keeping track of them, maybe tie something on their head, like a hat or something. Snakes, same deal. I did look up a video about it. There were some of the people who said they just like to go onto the blankets, and just making sure if you are taking snakes out there, watch out for holes or anything that they can crawl into, or other animals that they might want to try and eat. What are some of the other animals? Fish. Didn't think of anything for fish, unfortunately. I think you're kind of stuck with them being inside, so that's really no way around it. Birds, maybe just keep them towards the windows. If they're able to fly, they'll obviously just fly away, so maybe just keep them in the cages. If their wings are clipped, I guess they can come outside. Turtles, for those of you that have turtles, I don't think they're going to be getting away from you very fast. Maybe just keep an eye on them. They only can go 2 meters away. If you are worried about losing them because your attention span might go somewhere else, maybe just tie a balloon on them or something. I think that'll end up working. I've seen that before. Tigers, just don't have tigers as pets, I think is the way to go. Now that I got that out of the way, and you have your time outside, and you spend your time outside, and you got your physical activity out, this is a cool down activity where you just want to relax and just listen to some music and just chill. This activity is called Mandalas and Music. So what you're going to be needing for this activity is a pencil, paper, a sharpener, colored pencils, or if you don't want to use the colored pencils, the markers will work as well. In addition, I'm going to be using my headset. I don't want to play any live music because that might end up where I'm going to be cutting out because the music isn't copyrighted, so you guys won't be able to hear me talk when it's going through. So I'm just going to keep the music through my headphones and then be able to talk to you guys as I listen to my own music. Maybe I'll leave some music options for you guys. I know a lot of people might just turn on Disney. Great choice, keeps a lot of attention. The songs are pretty catchy and you just sing along with it. Snacks. I know I said Gordettos are what I usually like, but today I'm going to go a little bit more healthy with carrots. We have the side options of the French tip though, so I canceled out a little bit, I think. Now I know some of you might say the mandalas are usually the things you buy in the books and you can't really do them much yourselves, but if you can get them offline and you have your printer and you can print them off, that's a really good way to do it. I'm going to be doing it for the families that might not have the printer directly available in their house. You're just going to use the white paper. If you're not sure what mandalas are, here's just a quick example from one of my students. You can see all the intricate shapes and the colors that the kids would have to try and focus and stay in. You can tell he did a really good job with staying in lines in the orange, the green, and the yellow. It just has it all separated in specific spots. So this took some time and some focus. And that's what we want to do after an activity where we just had a lot of energy going out, such as a walk, or you're running outside, or you're playing outside, or something like that. And that's what the focus is. Just make sure you're focusing in on something and getting your attention towards that specific thing. Now, once you have all your stuff gathered up, we're going to be able to get started. I'm going to throw my headset on, turn my music on. You guys will be able to turn your music on, whatever you want to end up listening to. I'll leave some comments in the end, say this is the song that I like particularly. Up to you if you want to check it out and listen to it. So, step 1, music. Okay. Step 2, get our snacks ready. Make sure they're good. Yeah. Good enough. Okay. Step 3, white paper. I'm going to move you guys back. Turn you guys downward so you can see what I'm going to be doing. I'm just going to take my regular pencil, white piece of paper, and do some scribbling over the white paper. For the kids, this usually works pretty well just because it gets your wiggles on your hand a little bit. You can do whatever pattern you want, making sure you're just looping in and out of the page, in between the shapes or the lines you're drawing. Now, as you're doing this, you are making your own mandala, but if you do the bigger shapes, it's easier to fill in, goes a little faster, and it makes you work on just filling in the space and focusing on that specific color. It also leaves you a lot more color options for just going over the whole thing. If you make everything really intricate, you might run out of colors that you want to use. So I like to keep the spaces a little bigger myself. If you go off the page, no big deal. Just take a wet cloth and just wipe the pencil off. So I got my rough sketch done. You can see all my big shapes in here that I can color in as I go through. And that's just my normal mandala. It's nothing fancy, just to keep myself focused on this specific art project. I'm going to go ahead and get my colored pencils. Now when I'm going through this, I'm going to be holding the pencils a little bit differently, just so you guys can have a better view of what I'm doing. I'm going to be holding them like this. I also think it's a pretty good way to use colored pencils to fill in the big spaces quickly, as long as you can do it well. Helps you focus your hands a little bit differently than maybe holding your pencil like this, something that you're used to. So I'm going to get started. I'm just going to choose one of these random shapes. I did choose 2 of the darker colors because I want you guys to be able to see it really well on camera as I'm filling them in. So I just went with black and dark blue. Now as you're filling in, you want to focus on staying inside the lines as much as possible because you're just being focused on that. But if you do make an accident and it goes outside of the line, it's not really a big deal. It's just a happy little accident, as I'm pretty sure Bob Ross would say. Art is meant to be a little strange sometimes. So I got my first shape. Going on to my next one, I have this tiny little shape right here, so I'm going to change how I hold the pencil, just because it's a smaller space to fill in and I want to be a little more focused with it. Okay, switching back. For these ones, I like to do patterns with it. Some people might just do random colors everywhere. Whatever floats your boat. I'm going to change how I hold the pencil again to like this on the side, just so I can color a little bit faster. I'm going to do the big area as I slow down towards the sides. I'm trying to stay the same direction for the color, the flow on the paper, just because I like that sense of everything going in the same direction whenever I color. Sometimes it's got to change, but we deal with changes when they come at us. That's how we just grow a little bit. Last one, the blue. Again, our snack. Last space, up at the top here, you can see that it's a little cut off. I'm just going to extend the line a little bit. No big deal if you just add a little in. Now as you see, this line goes all the way around to here. So I'm just going to continue this to the other edge of the page. I'm going to curve a little bit. It's going to change the flow of my colors. That's going to be best when I curve it like that. I'm going to darken the blue a little bit so you guys can see it. Yeah. Here's just a quick example. You can see my pattern as I'm focusing on that. Black, blue, black, blue, black. I did do an example, my first copy, with a little more extravagant colors. So I'm going to go to that one and show you guys that one. That one's a little more colorful. I have my colors right here. I have it mostly filled in. You can see all the patterns. I really do like the blue colors, the dark red blue with the yellow. If you are doing colors like this and you know it's going to combine to make some other color, be a little careful with it. There are spots in here with the yellow and blue that turns to green. If it changes colors, maybe just adapt your next square that's next to it to that color. It will work pretty good. I'm going to do one shape on this one just to show you guys. And then we're going to close out and end the video. And do this one as red. Just focus on the dexterity of your hand. All right, here we go. The example. I'm gonna finish this one a little more off camera, but with that, that's the end of lesson 6. If you haven't gotten outside yet, like I said, go outside, get your time out, get in the sun, spend some time out there, read a book out there, take your pets on walks, just run around a little bit, do something, get something energized going out there. If you're done with that, maybe move on to this, draw it out, see what you can do. If you get your finished completion, you want to post it in the comments as a picture, please do so. If you have anything, if any of the parents have anything that they want to share that other parents you think they will enjoy, please let me know and I'll end up doing an activity like that as well. I hope everyone has a terrific Thursday. Stay safe, everyone.